Like I'm like their biggest fans. So I'm rooting for Ty
right,
and Levi. I can't root for one of them or the other. Again.
We have two guys from the prelims calling him, and let's run down the whole thing right now. Thursday the 20th, there's a Craig Jones seminar. I think there's a few spots still available if you want to go learn from Craig. And this is in Dallas now, not in Austin. The 21st is the event. The first 3 matches are free on Facebook and YouTube. After that, we have the main card. Some news right now. John Calistine is out of the match with Esteban Martinez, where we're lining up a replacement today. We'll probably announce that tonight or tomorrow. So Esteban versus somebody in the first match. Second match is Couch versus Garmo. Third match is Brianna St. Marie versus Tubby. Fourth match is your boy Nicky Rod versus Elder. And then we got Ty Rotolo versus Levi. Craig Jones versus the IBJJF Absolute Black Belt World Champion Pedro Mourinho. Craig, how you feeling for this Pedro match? How do you think it's going to go down?
I feel good. I'm excited. We had a match back in 2018. Not a lot happened. So
he's got a lot better since that, then, though.
For sure. He's a lot better. He's a lot more aggressive. So I think over 15 minutes, we're going to see a lot more action in this one. What's
your prediction?
What's my prediction? I'm going to come out, hit a massive takedown,
sick,
pass the guard, and sit in.
Sick.
I predict a sick toe hold by Craig.
A toe hold?
I mean,
what makes you say toe hold?
I'm doing too much gi, guys. I'm doing too much gi. Sorry. I think there's going to be a sick heel hook from Craig from his knee shield, and I'm going to learn a lot from it.
Maybe a Mikey lock from Craig.
I'm going to hit the Mikey lock, but rename it afterwards.
Hell yeah. The Aussie lock.
Connor, what's going on online in our YouTube and our Discord and all that?
Just make sure you guys, if you guys want to fight Esteban, we're looking for a replacement, so get in the chat, let Connor know.
We might have a replacement sitting right there looking at us in Las Vegas.
True.
Well, I just got over COVID a week ago.
Yeah, everybody did.
I might be down.
Connor, what's going on online with the YouTube chat and the Discord?
We got Jose Becerra here. We got O Steve. And big shout out to O Steve. He made it on Robin Black for his ADCC trials. Heel hook, one of the fastest of the tournament. So shout out my guys. They're filling in slowly, and they will be on the lookout. Everyone's wanting a match with Giant Slayer. So maybe we test out O Steve. Maybe we put him to work here.
Anybody have questions for Mikey or Craig so far in there?
No. But they will be dropping them in the chat. So you guys, make sure you're putting them down in the chat, and we will make sure to field your questions.
All right, so let's run through the confirmed matches, and I want to hear my co-host thoughts on them. First off, let's kick it off with Couch versus Garmo. How do you think that one goes down? Sucks that Heism's out.
What is the weight difference on that one? Garmo seems quite a bit smaller.
Pretty significant. I mean, Couch isn't as big as he used to be. He's probably like 20 pounds bigger than Garmo, at least. I mean, Garmo's short, but he's a big guy.
I feel like Garmo's probably like 160, and I feel like Couch is probably like 190. Is that?
Yeah,
somewhere
20, 30 pounds or
somewhere
something. What do you think about that one, Craig?
I mean, that's a tough one, even if they were the same weight stylistically for Garmo, but I think Garmo has an incredible pace to him, has a great front head attacks. I think Couch has got to watch out for that, but I think at some point in the match, Couch is probably going to entangle the legs.
Couch has got a big-ass head, too. That might factor into it. I don't know if that makes you more susceptible to guillotines or less susceptible to guillotines. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. We could test this out.
Yeah. We should experiment. Mikey, what do you think? Obviously, Jacob Couch, your teammate
Hillbilly
now.
Hammer for sure.
You been training with Couch when you go out there, or do you stay? Or is he too big for you?
I haven't got to train with him yet. We trained a little bit before my match in Who's Number One, so I got to move with him. Like, he's freaking awesome. He's got this.
How do you think Couch wins this match?
Leg lock. I think he outside heel hooks David Garmo.
Man, Couch has got really good. Something that impressed me, and not only his win over Roberto, but his win over Tackett as well, is how good he was at once he got in there, once he got the entry, at controlling the guy and keeping their knee line and going through all the, a lot of guys can get in there and then somebody spins out and they're just gone. Like Couch can, he like you do, like Mikey does. Like he gets an entry and he sticks to your leg and you're just done at that point.
For sure, yeah. And what was impressive with the Roberto one, sometimes it could be hard to break a leg when your opponent's standing, but he was able to generate enough pressure to get a clean break, even with Roberto standing up.
Yeah. You work on some leg lock stuff with Couch, Mikey?
Yeah. Jacob's he's he just started right in like his competition now, and like he's been improving so much, and like he's so knowledgeable in all those spots, So I see him leg locking Garmo, no problem.
All right, let's pick winners. I'm gonna go Couch. Who are you going?
Couch.
Gotta go Couch.
Corey Stockton.
Yeah, I'll take Couch too. One thing I want to point out though is that in the times where Garmo's looked the best, it's always been against guys bigger. He does really, really well in absolute division compared to, let's say, his weight class.
He's got nothing to lose. Connor Josh, and who are you thinking? And the fan vote.
Normally, fam vote, I think everyone's picking Couch. I'm personally got to go Garmo for the mustache. Best mustache in jiu-jitsu.
All right, wow. I thought we were gonna go across the board. Couch, or anybody here that thinks Heisem would have beat Couch if they would have went against each other?
I think he could have, had a chance for it for sure. I think Garmo too has a good, I don't think Garmo's going to get leg locked, to be honest. I think if Couch still could submit him, but I think he'll maybe have to show off some of the rest of his game, which obviously we saw him triangle Hunter Colvin, so he's got great submissions from the rest of his game. But I feel like Garmo is going to be kind of hip. He's a little bit smaller, might be a little bit hard for Couch to get a leg lock off on him. But I think Heisem could have done it.
All right, let's go to the girls' match next. Brianna St. Marie versus Tubby Alec. This is at 125, so Tubby's fighting up 10 pounds from where she did Who's Number One Championship. Both very submission-oriented girls. Brianna St. Marie's been killing a lot of people. I'm going to go with... I'll say Tubby. I'll say Tubby gets it done. She's a little bit smaller, but she's got more experience. I'll go Tubby. Who you going with, Craig?
I'll go Brianna. I'm gonna pull for the underdog on this one.
You think she's the underdog?
She's not the underdog?
Corey, who's the underdog in this one? Corey knows all the lines.
What are the betting lines?
Brianna's the underdog. Tubby's the betting favorite.
Okay, all
There
right.
you go.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Tubby's a vet. Who you thinking, Reed?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Craig. I think Brianna's just had a lot of great momentum. She's been surging, just got her black belt, had a great win on the last Who's Number One. So I'm going to go with the girl who's got the momentum in her side.
Corey, who you got?
This is definitely a coin toss for me. I have Tubby by an inch here. I think it's going to go to submission one way or the other, but I think Tubby takes it.
Very high probability there should be a submission here. Didn't you say all of these girls wins at Who's Number One by submission so far?
Correct. Yeah,
Both of them
all
combined?
three of their combined victories by submission.
Connor, who do you think, Tubby or Brianna St. Marie?
Give me Brianna St. Marie. She's been on a tear. Watching her ADCC trials was phenomenal.
I forgot to ask Mikey before we go to the fans. Mikey, who do you got?
I'm Team Tubby.
Taking Tubby?
I trained with her a bunch in Florida, and she's awesome. I'm a big fan of her. I think she's gonna win this.
Mikey got the Frank Sinatra shirt in the background hanging up.
My dad's room, yeah.
So, Connor, what are the fans thinking for Brianna versus Tubby?
We don't have too many votes in, but our man O. Steve is going to speak for the YouTube chat. He's saying Tubby is a killer, so we're making that a vote for Tubby fan vote.
What's that put it at? Tubby, 2 for Brianna. Corey, who'd you take?
Tubby.
2-2.
Split.
3-3. Connor, who'd you take?
I took Brianna St. Marie.
I think it's like 4. How many people we got? 4. I'm getting confused.
Skip the math on that one.
Do we have 6 people on today's show? I think it's 3-3. Yep, 3-3. Split right down the middle, just like Corey said. Corey said this one's basically a coin toss. I sort of agree. Anybody could win this one, Brianna or Tubby. I would not be surprised. Next match, Nicky Rod. How's he looking? I was watching Nicky Rod roll the other day in the gym, and I was like, man, he's looking good. He's going against Elder Cruz. How do you think this match goes down?
I mean, I think Elder Cruz is incredible, but with the size difference there, I don't think he's going to put Nicky Rod on his back. I think it's going to be a test to see what Elder Cruz's guard's like. But I mean, that's a tough challenge for anyone.
Yeah, that's sort of the name of or the theme of this match is like neither of these guys pulls guard really. Have you seen Elder pull Reed? I feel like he always goes for the takedown and gets on top.
Yeah, he definitely loves playing top.
We've never seen Nicky Rod play guard before in a match, so it's I think it's going to really come down to who can get the takedown here. And Nicky Rod's just so much bigger than him.
Yeah, I think in a pure jiu-jitsu sense, you can sort of make up for a bit of a size difference a bit easier. But when it comes to wrestling, if these guys are going to trade on the feet, I think that's at least 30-pound weight difference on this one. I think that's hard to overcome.
And then Nicky Rod, he gets on top of you. It's like that body lock looks so brutal against Yuri Samoa's. Mikey, what do you think about Nicky Rod?
You don't vote against Jersey, so Nicky Rod 100%.
All right,
Those are the
there we
rules.
go. We're kicking it off. Mikey sticks with Jersey. You got to pick where you're from. You just chose Tubby because of Florida. Now you got New Jersey too. Any Las Vegas people on this one?
I'm a Creonchi with states also, I guess. I lived in New Jersey for 11 years, then Florida 9 or 10 years, and now Vegas 4 years. So I'm technically a New Jerseyan and a Floridian.
All right.
And in Vegas.
And in Las Vegas.
And a Vegasan, whatever
Is
the hell
that what they call it, a
here.
Vegasan?
But I want to know,
no
Craig,
idea.
because you mentioned that you think El Monstro is good. What impresses you about El Monstro? What have you seen from him? Because I feel like a lot of people maybe don't know a lot about El Monstro. Of course, everybody knows Nicky Rod at this point. But what do you see in El Monstro's game there, or Elder Cruz's game?
I think just the wrestling pressure. He really pressures people on the feet, and by the time he gets them down, they're very, very fatigued. I remember watching him Who's Number One against Jacob Couch. Looked really good. Yeah, I think Elder Cruz is super tough. He was my pick to win ADCC trials. I think he's still going to be a strong pick.
He got
to
second,
win.
right? In the ADCC trials, he got second.
Yeah.
He lost to Giancarlo, yeah.
Yeah, in the finals.
In the
right?
finals,
So,
but he had a really great match with him.
All right,
Yeah.
we got our prelim guys calling in, so let's all make our picks real quick. I'm going to go Nicky Rod, Craig,
Nicky Rod.
gotta take Nicky Rod.
Corey.
Yeah, I'm a big Elder Cruz fan, but I think Nicky Rod takes.
Yeah, shout out to Elder Cruz.
Nicky Rod is too big, too strong, too fast. Mikey already chose him because he's from New Jersey. Connor, what are they saying online, and what do you think?
The fans are going Nicky Rod, cartwheel pass to the wrist lock. I'm going with
What?
Elder Cruz just because you guys have no faith in my man, and I got to give a shout out to El Monstro. Yeah,
Word.
cartwheel pass to the wrist lock.
What are the odds on Nicky Rod getting a cartwheel pass to a wrist lock this or next week?
If that happens, we're all gonna be looking at Connor.
All right. Shout out Pete the Greek, wrist lock the world. All right. So calling in right now, we have a very interesting situation. First we're gonna do a short, 30-second break. Come back. We got Michael Pixley
Don't go anywhere.
and Cameron Reed, Deck Poppy. We're gonna have them both on the show. We'll talk with them, and after that, we'll make our picks for the main and the co-main events. Welcome back to the Who's Number One podcast. Joining us right now, we have two more guests. A match from our prelims coming up on Friday the 21st. It's going to be Michael Pixley versus Cameron Reed, Deck Poppy. This match, I'll explain. I'll give you a little backstory on how this all started. Cameron came on my IG Live one time, wanted a match with me. I said no. I turned it down. And then after that, Cameron said that he had a match with Pixley before. I know Pixley. He's a pedagogue guy, a Daisy Fresh guy. He wanted the match. So we set it up. We're going to have this match on Who's Number One. Cameron, first off, I'll ask you, why do you want this rematch with Pixley so bad?
Man, he was tough. We had a good match. It was I think it was only 6 minutes. And, I just want to run it back because he was one of the tougher guys I've fought. And I think we could show, a little bit more in a 15-minute match. So.
Why'd you want to make a match with Mike Sears? Yeah, do you still want that?
He just knows it's easy. He just wants the easy dub, that's all.
Just for the clout, man.
I'd be a good person to have on your highlight reel. Pixley, what do you think about about him wanting the rematch with you? How do you think it's going to go down this time? How are you feeling going into the match?
I mean, I'm just thankful for the opportunity, to be on the card like that. So I don't think it's going to full 15, though.
Why you say that?
I just don't see it going the full 15 minutes. When you get the sub for sure this time.
So what happened last time when you guys had a match at Nogi Worlds? Deck Poppy, why don't you explain to me first what happened when you guys had a match at Nogi Worlds?
Yeah, man. So obviously, I came out. I play a lot standing normally, but I didn't know anything about him. So when we fought the first time, I realized pretty quick that he had the advantage on the feet. And yeah, we had some good exchanges. He caught me in his darce, which I know is like his moneymaker. You know what I'm saying? I got out. And yeah, it wound up going, I think it was 9-0. He was up points, and then I clubbed him and I got disqualified. So
What'd you club him for?
well, honestly, I was just trying to grab a collar tie, man, and I just grabbed a little bit too hard, I suppose, If
I remember this correctly, you do not consider that to be a loss, right?
I mean, it is what it is, bro. It wasn't much time left. I was down points, but I look at submissions, bro, and I've been in his darce, and he really trashes a lot of people with that. I got out. To be honest, I'm not too concerned about it this time either. So
how did it feel? Was it tight, or was it not much for you?
It was tight. I mean, I was gonna go to sleep. I was just like, I'm gonna go to sleep or I'm gonna escape. I'm not gonna tap to this. But it was tight for a second. But I mean, I was never like really in danger of going out.
You just said you were going to go. That statement sort of confused me because you sort of just said that you were going to go out, but also that you're not worried about his darce. But if you go out from the darce,
I was willing to go to sleep. I just meant I was willing to go to sleep. I wasn't going to tap to it. So
Pixley, what do you got to say about that?
Oh, here's the end of the match. We're playing the end of the match here.
Right there was the club. Yeah, there was the club.
Pixley, they keep going here. And then I feel like Pixley clubs you.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Pixley, what do you
keep playing it? Keep playing it right here.
Let's watch this. Let's see how it went down.
I'm pretty sure it's like right here at the end.
Okay, I thought he was already DQ'd. There's a little slap from Pixley. Were you guys talking trash in there, or what? What was going on in there? You guys were both looking a little feisty. Pixley, what was going on?
I think he was just frustrated, man. And he had smacked me once before that, so when he did it again, I just slapped him back.
Pixley, no fucks given, admits that he actually slapped Deck Poppy in the match. Pixley, what's your prediction for this match? You think you're gonna darce him?
No, I think I'm gonna do whatever to him. Darce him for sure, though. This time, put his ass to sleep.
All right, All right, I'll go through. I'll let everybody ask a question. Craig, you got anything to say to these guys?
Deck Poppy, had you had the match with Hollywood Mike, how hard would you club him?
Just as hard, bro.
Club the shit out of him.
Don't worry, I like it. All right, Reed, what do you got for these guys?
Pixley, this is a big card, of course. Who's number one? For both you guys, really. Both, I believe, both are blue belts still. Like, what does this mean? This opportunity mean for you guys? You got Craig Jones, Pedro Mourinho at the top of the card. A lot of eyes going to be on this, of course. It's always fun to have two guys who kind of talk back and forth with each other and have something on the line here. But this is a big match, so I'm just wondering how you guys are feeling and what this means to you going into who's number one.
No, it's awesome, man. I think I'm the first person ever to be on the Who's Number One wrestling card and the Who's Number One jiu-jitsu card, so it's kind of cool.
Heck yeah. How about you, Cameron? What's this mean for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge for me, man. I've been training for a year and a half, and I try to compete as much as I can, and this is the goal, right? To get on the best shows and showcase what me and my team do. And, I mean, yeah, again, just grateful for the opportunity.
Corey, what's the line in this match?
Give me a second.
And Pixley, I know obviously you train Pedigo, the Daisy Fresh guys and stuff. They're always ready. Has Heath or Andrew or Couch or anybody kind of give you any advice about coming on this Who's Number One show or taking a step up here to the big stage?
Yeah, man. They just said just enjoy the opportunity.
That's good advice.
What's that line, Corey?
Betting lines. Pixley is the favorite minus 200. Reed the underdog plus 160.
All right, so the bookie's got you the underdog, Cameron. What do you think about that?
Story of my life, baby. Yeah, it's not a problem for me, man. I mean, that's fair. He more or less won the first match. That doesn't bother me. I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Right.
I know what we do. I trust my system. I've been training, doing half this camp up here with Sean Applegate in Atlanta, and I just really don't think anybody's touching us technically. So,
Mikey, you got anything for these guys?
No, just excited to watch Pixley. I love watching Pixley. He's so technical as wrestling. I'm excited to learn from Pixley. for ADCC.
Connor, what are they saying online in the YouTube chat and stuff? They got anything for Deck Poppy or Pixley in there?
Predictions and Jose Becerra, he's calling Pixley within 10.
Within 10
but
what?
Also Jordan Butler, he's a Daisy Fresh guy, so obviously he's a little bit subjective there, but he thinks it's going to be under 5 minutes. My question for Cameron would be, Deck Poppy, you're thinking Pixley's going to come in, and the submission that you're concerned about is like the Darce, but if you have a really strong submission that you think that he's going to have to watch out for, like how do you see you finishing this match?
If I get his back, he's going to sleep 100%.
You think he's going to get on your back, Pixley?
What was that?
Oh, no way.
All right, so here we go. We got Deck Poppy. We got Pixley. Number one contender match for a match with me. If Deck Poppy wins, he gets his match with me. Reed, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, what's the Deck Poppy nickname? I don't know the story about.
Yeah, we need to know that, too.
Oh, yeah, I was a commercial fisherman before I started doing jiu-jitsu. After I stopped playing rugby, I went commercial fishing for a couple of years. So if you're like the number one guy, like first mate, you're like the deck boss. So we were just kind of fucking around, shooting the shit, and I was calling myself Deck Daddy. But we were listening to a lot of Drake that summer up in Alaska. Scorpion just came out, so I started calling myself Deck Poppy.
All right, Deck
Love it.
Poppy, Pixley, thanks so much for calling in. This was going to be war. It's going to be free on Facebook, free on our YouTube and everything. I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy. See you next week. All right, so there we go. That's one of our prelim matches, Cameron Reed versus
I'm jacked
Michael
up about that
Pixley.
one, man.
Yeah,
That one's going to be sick,
They
man.
both said they're going to put each other to sleep.
Yeah, I love it.
The Deck Poppy. All right, so now let's get to our final two matches. Ty Rotolo versus Levi is, to me, it's a very interesting match. When you look at, like, for instance, I did like my pros predict type of article, and it was very one-sided towards Ty. But it's like, I think Levi could go out and surprise anybody at any given time. This is like a crazy matchup stylistically. I feel like you don't know what the hell is going to happen, but people got to lean towards Ty being the favorite. I'm going to pick Ty when I'm in, but how do you think these two match up against each other?
I mean, I think it's really interesting. I think Taza was trying to do some outside passing against Levi, and he wasn't effective in in getting the pass, but he did fatigue Levi. So that's the only issue for me is if Ty approaches it the same way, Ty's going to probably apply a little more pressure, and it'll be interesting to see how Levi's gas tank can handle it. But I don't know how many guards Ty would have dealt with that would be as hard to pass as Levi's or as unorthodox.
Mikey, has Levi's guard ever been passed? I feel like you would know.
Canuto just
in
passed
Worlds this year against Renato Canuto.
Yeah, but not to take anything away from either Canuto, but I also feel it was kind of a situation where like Levi was going to lose, so he was just shooting a shot and got passed with a few seconds left.
Yeah, it was off of the Levi was attacking the arm saddle to the Tariqa Plata. He does that very well in the gi, and I think that's what he's going to be trying to do with Ty. And Ty has very long arms, so we'll see if he's able to catch Ty's arm in the arm saddle. If you guys don't know what I mean, it's like when you chop the arm and you pull it in. Kind of like in my match with Gio, I was working this. Levi does this very well. And then he switches to a Tariqa Plata. I think that's going to be his primary attack against Ty. Because Ty has very long arms and he's lanky. So I think that's a good strategy for him. But I think that Ty will go side to side constantly and work north-south in his stomp passing. So I think it depends on how tired will Levi get from Ty going side to side, like Craig was saying.
Yeah, he's so they're so slick with that stepping on the leg. What do you think about Mikey's prediction there that he thinks Levi's going to be working on Tariqa Plata stuff?
Yeah, I think that would be. I think he was trying to do some of that against Taza. Taza tried to backstep, got bigger and bowl, and he's back taken. Obviously, I don't think Ty's going to try to backstep on Levi or anything. But yeah, I think those unorthodox submissions, upper body submissions, will be a deciding factor in how aggressive Ty does approach the guard. Because I know Ty was.
Does Ty give
cautious.
legs? Does Ty give legs a lot when he passes, or is he more just torso forward, legs back?
I believe just more tries to consolidate the pass rather than.
He's got those long arms. I feel like I just feel like
his legs are back always. That's why I think that Levi's going to be attacking his arms.
He posts with those arms, starts spinning people, but then he comes in and steps on the leg. I don't know if you can enter the legs at some point there if you were able to slip your leg up. But
that's what I'm thinking.
They seem pretty good at controlling from there, though. Like when I see him and his brother step on somebody's ankle, it seems like it sort of pins it to the mat. You were never on the bottom against Ty, right?
No, I have a shit gas tank, so I thought, yeah, you know what? Better to wrestle than let him play his outside passing.
So what do you think about Levi's no-gi game? Have you seen anything from it other than that Tazan match?
I mean, it looks good. We just haven't seen enough of it, really, to have a strong opinion yet. But I think it is unorthodox enough that it could cause Ty some issues. I know Ty was kind of cautious against Mikey Galvao, who's got some sort of unorthodox upper body submissions as well. So it'll be interesting to see at what point Ty decides that Levi's tired enough that he's going to fully commit to a pass.
Reed, what are you thinking about this match?
Yeah, man, I think Levi's definitely one of the best in the world. Definitely one of the best Berimbolo guys. I don't think Ty trains with a whole lot of Berimbolo guys these days. So, like, who knows? He could be kind of, back a step on in terms of some of Levi's techniques, his go-to techniques. So I think Levi definitely has opportunities to beat Ty, but man, Ty just on fire these days, especially against a guy who is just going to sit pretty much, right? I think that's pretty much kind of I don't see Levi wrestling too much. So
and I think if he did, he would probably get
taken down. Yeah. So it makes sense for Levi to go to his A game. I think really this is going to be the best guard that Ty has ever kind of fought. In these last couple of years. So I think that's a really fun challenge to see if Ty's outside passing can take out someone with a guard at the caliber of Levi. So definitely a lot of fun exchanges I'm expecting, and I think this one's going to go to submission for sure. And I see Ty winning it though.
Corey, what are the lines for this one, and what are you thinking about this match?
Right now, Ty is the favorite, minus 325. Levi is the underdog, plus 250. We've been excited for the last couple of months to see Levi in no-gi, and we got to see flashes of it. He looked good against Taza during that Berimbolo, during that last kind of sweep to mount. But we haven't seen really the extent of his no-gi. I think Ty and Ty's style is going to allow us to see a little bit more of that, because Ty is going to constantly engage Levi, and that's where Levi does his best work, is when his opponent's trying to get close, trying to push the pace a little bit. I think we'll probably see the most offense from Levi we've seen in his no-gi career so far. That being said, I think Ty just has too much experience. He's too good in this rule set. I think he comes out double champ.
Connor, what are they saying online? What do you think?
The chat thinks it's going to go to Ty. Our resident highlight expert, Steve, and moderator, he says it's going to be a new highlight-worthy flying dart, so going to lock it up. But I think I got to go with the Xanadu God. If only, I think he's going to give Ty Ruotolo like an acid trip contact high, and then Ty's going to lose where he's at, and then Levi's going to take advantage and bolo him.
Interesting prediction.
They do say that competition and all this stuff is 90% mental, right? And there's nobody who kind of has a mental approach quite like Levi Jones Leary. So that might be a big step up for him.
He's
big
gone through
advantage.
Quite a transformation too. I feel he's become more powerful in the
Exactly.
last 6 to 8 months.
I mean, just being around him, you can feel his aura just expanding, right?
That might be you smelling the weed.
How well do you know Levi? There's only 5 Australians that do jiu-jitsu, and you guys are 2 of them.
That's true. We trained a bit back in the day. I'm trying to think, maybe 2015, 2016, around then. But yeah, definitely not. We don't stay in contact or anything like that. But yeah, he's a very nice guy, very cool kid.
I believe he worked with Lachlan when he was back in Australia for a little bit.
Yeah, I believe he got stuck back in Australia for a bit and took up residence in Melbourne.
All right, co-main event. I'm going to go Ty Ruotolo, becomes champ, wins 170. Craig, who are you going with?
It is a tough one. I'm going to pick Levi for the upset, but the thing is, I think if he were to catch any sort of submission on Ty, I think you're going to have to break that thing. I don't think Ty is going to tap out quick. So if he does catch any sort of shoulder lock or anything like that, I think it's going to have to do some serious damage to get the tap.
Wow. Reed.
Yeah, I feel like love Xanadu God, and I think we haven't seen the best of him yet. Maybe down the line as he gets more no-gi reps in, we'll really see him come into his own. And maybe as he adds leg locks to his game and things like that. I know he's working on that with Lachlan down in Australia. But I think that there's still a few tools that Levi has to add to his toolbox. So I'll go with Ty. But make no mistake, man, Xanadu God is coming, and I can't wait to see how good he gets.
So right now we got all 3 of us saying Ty? Is that correct?
He said Levi.
I'll pull for the underdog.
And Connor,
because you're both from New
And
Jersey.
for the country.
Yeah. Craig and Levi both from New Jersey. So, Corey, who are you going with, Corey?
I'm going to take Ty here, and I'm going to call it over 10 minutes.
Over 10 minutes. All right. Mikey, who you got?
I got Ty, but I'm super excited to see how Levi plans on attacking Ty. Like, if he's going to play K-guard to Matrix, or is he going to play more arm saddle? Like, I'm really excited to see his approach.
Yeah, it's just an interesting matchup. Connor, what are the fans saying for this one? Did I already ask you that?
Yeah, fans have called it Ty by Darce.
Ty by Darce. That's a pretty safe pick. Now, on to the main event.
You guys better not pick against me.
Let's see who picks against Craig with him sitting right here.
Let's
We
see who
got
Craig
Craig
picks.
Jones. What are you, 4-0?
I think he must be picking against me because he's hiding in another room.
That's why we put him out there. He's safe. You can't find him. Craig Jones, what are you're 4-0 on who's number one, I believe?
Something like that.
4-0
yeah.
on who's number one. You submitted everybody besides Ty in like 30 seconds each. Going up against Pedro Mourinho, making his who's number one debut. But Pedro Mourinho won Nogi Worlds, double gold weight and absolute. He's a very heavy hitter, got a great guillotine, ADCC vet. Craig, how do you feel about this match right now?
I feel pretty good. Pedro's, I think he's a little shorter than me, super athletic, super explosive. So I'm hoping that his gas tank, because of those explosive movements, is worse than mine. But there are very few people with a worse gas tank than me.
So at this point, you're just accepting that you have shitty cardio, and are you just trying to pick fights with people you think might have shittier cardio?
That's a strategy. There's two. That's the key strategy. The second strategy is try to hit moves off instructionals to make big money.
Try to submit people in 30 seconds. That's what you're trying to do.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, some of these ones aren't bad paydays for you if you look at by second how many minutes you worked. But Reed, what are you thinking about Craig versus Pedro Mourinho?
Love it. Did you watch last week's podcast? They told me that I was putting a hex on you.
That's right. Oh, he did put a curse on you last week.
You guessed me?
Yep.
I didn't mean to. It just, I don't know. I guess it just happened. But I don't know. I'm wondering what do you think is like where's Pedro the strongest? What do you have to watch out for the most for Pedro? You think?
I think his highest rate of submissions come from the guillotine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm obviously going to be cautious about his guillotine. But really, I just want to go out and put on an exciting match for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Win or lose, I want to not put on a boring match. So they might not believe it, but I'm just going to stand up and wrestle with Pedro.
So
Okay.
This would be for the 205-pound title as well.
Yep.
Well,
yep.
how would you feel about having a who's number one belt?
That's the danger. When it comes to anything where there's potential medal or championship belt on the line, I usually lose those matches.
Damn.
So that might be the real curse for this one.
Yeah. But you don't like you're gonna wrestle, but you don't really have too many single legs, double legs. You like a lot of upper body Greco stuff, right? So
Yep,
like
yep.
a lot of those like your best takedowns might not really play into Pedro's game.
Yeah, I have that too unathletic wrestling approach, and that doesn't involve too many powerful shots.
Got it. So at least you can keep your neck safe for
sure.
most of the shots and everything like that. You've been working a lot of wrestling with Nicky? Is that?
Tons, yeah. I mean, for the most part, what we do at B Team is we just try to approach training as if it were an ADCC rules final match. So we try not to pull guard too much. We try to avoid being pinned, scoring positions, and stuff like that. So I believe that same approach does work quite well for who's number one rules, as long as you're showing, I guess, forward pressure, aggressiveness. You're going for it. You know what I mean?
How much better would you say your wrestling has gotten since 2019 ADCC?
A lot better. Obviously, a lot better in the gym. It's hard to translate those skills to the competition mats. You know what I mean? It's easy to take a shot in the gym because obviously there's not too much to lose. But when it comes down to it on the mats and the championship mats and stuff, it is hard to commit to wrestling shots like that. But yeah, that's the goal ultimately, to transform from a boring guard pulling leg locker into some form of wrestler.
Wrestling machine.
Highlight reel wrestling machine.
The Smashing Machine. Craig the Smashing Machine Jones. Corey, what's the line on this match, and what are you thinking about it?
Craig is the favorite, minus 500. Pedro underdog plus 375.
What are the sub odds and stuff on this?
Yeah, Craig by sub minus 200. Craig by decision plus 220. Pedro by sub plus 600. Pedro by decision plus 375. And the odds makers have it going under 10 minutes at minus 300.
So the odds makers think Craig's going to win in under 10 minutes. Does that make you feel special, Craig?
That
Make you
feels
feel
good. Feels good.
Yeah.
The odds makers are on my side.
Yep. So
I was going to ask Mikey too. Mikey, of course, you have
Guy who's here.
you have a belt around your waist. So who's number one belt around your waist? You got it right here. There you go. Heck yeah. So Craig trying to earn himself a belt. Do you have any advice for him on how he could do that?
Advice? What do you mean, like mental? Or
Yeah. Is it a
Life advice, anything.
yeah, whatever you want to tell them. But does it make
Got
it?
any advice on girls for Craig?
Yeah, Craig.
How to pick up girls?
You know how we say you ain't first, you're last, and we said for you, you ain't second, you're last. Let's change it to you ain't first, you're last. No more second.
Firstly, I got a correct read here. I do have a Naga belt.
Okay, my bad.
The
true.
Naga belt.
I got Naga belt too.
Craig,
I
how
just
long
thought
will
of
it take
Naga.
me to learn wrestling?
For you to learn wrestling?
Yeah, how
I mean,
many months will it take me to not be like horrible?
I mean, I
have
still
8
can't. I
months.
still can't wrestle, so I'm not qualified to answer that question.
Yeah, Mikey's thinking about next year, but Craig's been trying to learn for 5 years. He still doesn't get
Yeah,
it. So good
I'm
luck.
5 years in,
Pixley's
haven't
gonna
taken a shot.
Pixley's gonna take me under his wing.
All right. So, all right, let's go ahead and make picks. I'm going to say cartwheel past the wrist lock, Pedro Mourinho taps Craig Jones.
Hey, these hands can't handle that.
Yeah, we know you got fragile wrists. Everybody knows your weak spot. Just like in pro wrestling, they'll be like, oh, he's got a bad knee, though. Work it. Everyone knows you got bad wrists.
Yeah, they're gonna put your wrist on a ladder
Yeah.
and
And who would see the cartwheel past the wrist lock coming?
I should now.
Yeah.
You've coded now.
All right, Craig. Who do you got in this match?
That's a tough one. I mean, listen to those betting lines. We might make some money on this one. You know what I mean?
plus 600.
Yeah.
I'm picking myself takedown, guard pass submission.
What kind of guard pass? Body lock stuff?
Cartwheel to wrist lock.
Cartwheel to wrist lock. All right, so we got.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Well,
Reed, who do you got?
I mean, yeah, you know. Well, the odds again is I stand to win a lot more money if I pick Pedro, right?
Pedro's a.
You got the
big
right
dog.
haircut for casting curses, you know?
I think that's just what people were talking about. That like I just look like I could cast a spell.
We
So
should
like,
research.
Hogan, huh?
We should research how to put curses on people. Do that on the show. People who
I
talk
don't
shit
know. I
on
know how to put a
Dude.
hex on people, but I just haven't yet. So.
Reed is a practicing witch.
Warlock.
Yeah.
But no, hell yeah, man. This is a great match. You know, I love that Craig is still going after these young guns. You know, he makes a lot of jokes about it, but Pedro still is these kind of young up and comer. You know, he just won Nogi Worlds, double gold. You know, so gotta give a shout out to Craig, still trying to beat back that next generation of guys. And
Trying
yeah,
to beat him off. Trying to beat off the young generation.
That's my specialty, beating up guys.
no, so you gotta respect that for sure. I think you know he's proved it many times that he still has what it takes to beat these young guys. So I'm gonna take Craig Jones in a surprising pick.
Craig Jones by cartwheel past the wrist lock from Reed. All right, Corey. Who you thinking? What are you
No,
picking?
I think actually he's gonna leg lock him. To be honest.
Mikey lock.
Yep.
Corey, what are you thinking?
I love the idea of Craig wrestling in this match against Pedro because we've seen Pedro's wrestling. We know how.
Craig actually has legit sick wrestling.
How
You've seen on
is
his Instagram. Like he's throwing dudes left and
this is
right.
Craig.
Instagram, we can do some things on Instagram.
Craig throwing wipeouts at security
I
footage.
knock back the membership fees. Will you let me take it out?
How old is Pedro? Because we're calling Pedro the young generation. I would not be surprised if he's older than Craig. Does anyone know Pedro's age?
Pedro's 37.
He's been at Master 3. Corey, who are you picking in this match?
Yeah, Mikey always gives me shit for picking against him. So in honor of Mikey, we're going with Pedro here.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
explain that reasoning for me.
That's it.
What is it?
He's always
That's
the
all you
rebel.
get. No, but
Corey's always the
Mikey
rebel.
always gets the dark side of my pick. I always pick against Mikey. Mikey was giving me shit for it before the show. I'm picking against Craig. Maybe Craig will be a little nicer to me about it.
Well, the good thing is that Corey's always wrong. So
I don't understand that reasoning at all. But okay, it's 2-2 right now. Mikey, who are you picking? Are you
So first of all,
in
Craig, it's
solidarity
good
with
luck
Corey
when,
picking Pedro Mourinho?
It's good luck when
You know,
Corey
Craig
votes
lived
against you.
in New Jersey before, by the way. Craig.
Hoboken,
I think
Frank
Craig's gonna
Sinatra.
win. I think Craig wins by leg lock from guard. I think that he just released a guard DVD, so he's gonna pull guard. He's not gonna wrestle.
Are you talking about the power bottom?
Yeah.
What do you cover on the power bottom exactly?
We cover a lot of stuff, you know, but you have to watch it and find out.
I have to check it out. So Mikey, he
Hell
just
yeah.
released his power bottom instructional. So what do you think he's gonna do? With
I think
that?
he's gonna play power bottom on Mourinho,
Oh my
and
God.
I think he's gonna do some cool leg lock
How excited would you
using
be if
his
he went?
power
If
from
he
bottom.
if he went from power bottom to Mikey lock, how excited would you be?
Oh my God, but we'll change the name to the Aussie Luck.
Yeah, that would be too much.
The power luck.
We would just have to. Don't do
Power luck.
It's not
They
allowed.
might have to cancel who's number one if Craig died.
What about the power top?
That's allowed.
What happens when a power top meets a power bottom?
Yeah, that's dangerous.
It's like a movable object, unstoppable force. You know.
Who knows? Tune in next Friday night. Anything can happen. Connor, what are they saying online, and who do you pick to win this match?
The YouTube chat has Craig Jones winning by oil check under the first in 1 minute. So I don't know if that counts as power bottom stuff,
Man.
but
Well, there's no losers in an oil check. Let's clarify.
I don't know if I have that in the actual rules that oil checks are illegal. I mean, we would have to DQ somebody if they just flagrantly oil checking somebody, right?
Only an unlubricated oil check.
That would be.
Has to be
Man,
mid-match at the earliest.
what if somebody does it and they're like, it doesn't say you can't do it in the rules? It's bullshit. Start the match back up. I win. That guy tapped.
That was a verbal tap.
Oh my God. So Connor, was that your pick or the chat's pick?
that was the chat's pick. I'm gonna pick Craig Jones because I heard he's lowering memberships if you let him stunt on you on Instagram. So I'm trying to
Well,
get
we
in
got the
there.
FloGrappling discount. Don't you forget about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
He lower charges for a lot of things, just like the move that the chat picked. You just let this guy oil check you a few times. The next thing you know, you're not paying tuition.
Free membership.
So, Connor, before we get out of here, do the fans got any questions for Mikey or Craig or anything?
They do have several questions for him. They dropped them in the chat early on, so I can go through and read some off. If you
Yeah,
don't
just
mind.
pick a few of them, and we'll do them before we get out of here.
Yeah, all right. So, Mikey, when is it you're going to get the Pedigo tattoo? When are you going to get the Daisy Fresh tattoo?
I don't have any tattoos. But I might do the bicep flex and the pasta thing together.
Oh, yeah.
What about a lower
gonna
back
combine it.
pedigo?
All right, Connor, what's the next question?
They want to hear from both Mikey and Craig. Who do you guys have for the breakout grappler of the year?
Tell them the options, Connor.
I believe this will be Cole Abate, Mika Galval. Let me pull it up. I'm sorry.
Billy Hammer, I think.
But if anybody
All right,
jumps out
who
to
do you
you,
think's the
I mean,
breakout grappler?
my favorite guy to watch is Diego Pato. I love
Is he
watching
really?
this guy. Yeah, gi,
Dude,
no gi.
He's got a following growing online. What do you like about Pato?
Always exciting and always innovative.
Our chat loves Pato. They're probably spamming the duck emoji right now as we speak. Diego Pato
Always
is your
hunting for subs.
breakthrough grappler of the year. That's an
That's my
interesting
vote.
pick.
Yeah.
All right, Mikey, what do you think? Who's your breakthrough grappler of the year?
Wait, he was on the list of breakthrough grappler of the year?
I think he was on the
was
list for
for male
grappler of the
grappler,
year
yeah.
instead.
No, he
not
wasn't
the
on the list.
breakthrough grappler of the year.
I personally love Hillbilly Hammer, but I'm biased for him. I love Cole Abate, but I'm biased for him. Mika Galval had an insane year. He won World Pro, right? His first year at black belt. And he did so well in that EUG. So it's hard. All three of them, I think, are breakthrough grapplers of the year, you know?
All right, we'll just split it three ways. We'll just break the award in three pieces.
Yeah,
Ship
exactly.
it around. Connor, what's the next question?
Okay. All right. We got somebody who's doing a grappling industries. It's their second event ever. They want your
getting good.
competition advice. Probably starting with you, Craig.
Craig, you've done grappling industries, right?
I
You've done
believe
super
so.
fights there?
I believe so. I had a super fight with Kid Dale there back in Australia.
that's where you had a super fight with Tim Spriggs too, right?
Oh, Tim Spriggs. I forget that one because it was so quick, you know. But yeah, some
Those are
motivational
the old days.
advice.
Tim will wash you now.
We can only hope he
Did you
give me
get
a good
second
watch.
there, Craig? Did you
Did I
get
get
second in
seconds?
grapplers industry?
Four-person round robin.
You know, there were two people in the division, but I made the podium.
That's the most important part.
Yeah, and then you just zoom in on the podium so they can't see that there's an empty third place. One of the moves people used to do back when I was like blue belt or whatever, and you care about this, is you get silver or bronze, and then you post the picture in black and white so nobody can tell what the hell you got. You're just holding the medal. I got A. Did really good today at Chicago Open.
I wish I knew that ADCC at the previous ADCC.
You're a little bit too high profile to get away with that. Mikey, what's your advice for this guy going into grappling industries?
It's his first tournament, you said?
Connor,
Second.
it's Connor's friend. It's his second tournament.
His
How
second
did
tournament.
Connor, ask him
Okay,
how he did on the first one.
I got you.
Mikey, when was your first tournament? You were like 3 years old,
4,
2.5.
Yeah, like 4.
Who'd you go
I
against?
think I took a kid down. I think I took a kid down in my first tournament. I did like a foot trip.
That was probably in Naga.
Yeah, it was in Naga in New Jersey.
All right,
It
Mikey.
used to be the biggest.
What's your advice to this guy for his second ever competition? I'm assuming he's a white belt.
I think that the first thing you have to understand, I always say this, is you're gonna be super nervous and you're gonna feel like death, But you get used to that feeling as you go on, and it's perfectly normal. And you have to learn to embrace that feeling. It never goes away. I still feel that now, what I felt when I was like 4 years old fighting. So you just get used to it, and the person you're fighting feels the same way also, and it's good that you have nerves. Like, don't fight them, accept that you have it, and have fun, like you train every day. Try listening to your coach, whatever he's been teaching you, focus on that. And if you win, awesome. If you lose, awesome. You just go back and keep working harder, It's just going to help you get your jiu-jitsu better doing these competitions. And that's your goal. The medal is just an indirect result of you having good jiu-jitsu. So if you focus on having good jiu-jitsu, the medal will come, and just focus on that and improvement. We win, we lose, awesome. We go back again. That's it.
Connor, you're a Texas catch wrestling state champion. Do you have any advice for this guy?
Yeah, only suplexes. Only do suplexes. No other takedowns matter.
All right, let's do one more question.
You get nervous, Craig? Still?
No, I don't even know anymore. Sometimes I'm too relaxed. Sometimes I feel like I don't care anymore.
I feel I deal with a lot of basically every athlete like right before they compete, and I feel you're one of the more relaxed ones. You're somebody who like, I could joke around with you 5 minutes before you're gonna compete. A lot of people are like super like shut down.
Yeah, early in the career, way too nervous. There was probably a perfect point of nerves and relaxation, but I don't know. These days, I feel almost too chill. Like I've got to get fired up. We're about to go out there,
Absolutely. All right, Connor, let's pick the best question for the last question of the day.
All right, Craig. We went the whole time without mentioning it, but we had a commenter ask about the Sean Brady match. And do you think that was a rule set thing, or how do you feel about the match? Just give us the rundown.
How do I feel about it? Man, I just pull. You know what? The crazy thing is this is why I shouldn't pull guard, right? So I pulled guard in this match, and his corner was screaming out the whole time, back out, disengage. So I was just being a fucking lazy arsehole. I was like, you know what? If his corner's calling that out, I'll just sort of accept this as I'll just take this shitty victory. But really what I should have done is put some more risk into my game and tried to really take it to him. But in retrospect, that's easy to make that decision.
Did you guys get to talk or hang out at all afterwards? What do you
we didn't talk too much after, but Sean's a real cool guy. I think he's obviously going to go very far in the UFC, 15-0. Hopefully, I think he's going to have a big match soon. But he wants to do it again. So if we do it again, I'm making this promise from this day forward. I will never pull guard again.
Whoa.
What?
Win or lose, even if I get my ass slammed into the ground, I will not pull guard again.
Whoa.
I'm not
Even in
buying
ADCC,
that.
Craig?
Never. Even if you're 12 minutes in and you're tired and it's not working, you're never gonna pull guard. Or you mean you're never gonna pull guard like?
I'll take
first?
a DQ over a guard pull. If I'm tired, we're getting a DQ.
You just walk off the mat.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike? What do you think about that, Mikey?
Mikey, are you ever gonna pull guard again?
Shit, I need to pull guard. Man, so ADCC, you're fighting someone like a really high level wrestler. You're not gonna pull guard, Craig.
My hope is that they get tired taking me down, and that's when I strike.
Okay.
Mikey, what's your wrestling looking like these days? You been working on your wrestling out there?
I'm starting next week to work wrestling, because I have 8 months until ADCC. So I want to start learning this. I learned heel hooks in like
2 days.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
like a few days. So
Mike,
you
started doing heel hooks and 3
fast.
days later created your own heel hook.
Yeah, that everyone hates me for.
So what if Mikey shows up at ADCC and just fucks everybody up on the feet?
I just want to see Mikey in a wrestling singlet. Can we make this happen?
What if Mikey showed up and
What
just dropping dudes
happens?
on
What
their
would the
heads at
world do if I
ADCC?
just take everyone down at ADCC? What would happen?
Hit
I am
some
from New
throws.
Jersey,
Sick.
right next to Rutgers. I was born. That's a good wrestling program.
You get that working.
That's
for
you're gonna sell a lot of instructionals if you start taking everyone down, Mikey.
Yeah.
You can maybe
My
make one on
wrestling-
how to tire people out while being taken down.
Yeah, because we can frame it any way we want.
All right, so before we get out of here, Craig's got his new power bottom instructional. Reed coincidentally also has a power bottom instructional out. Mike, you got any new instructionals out right now?
I'm releasing a footlock DVD in the gi. I've been training a lot of gi right now. I just did Worlds a month ago, so I'm still in gi mode. But no gi.
Why?
I'm still training.
Why you still got the gi
Gi
on,
is just so
Mikey?
much more fun. I'm back loving gi more, guys. I'm sorry.
So what's
Gi
your
is
mix
the
these
first
days?
love of my life.
Are you training no gi, or do you
Yeah,
all
every
in
day
on-
I do both.
Every day you do both.
I'm just like one of those models that like has to change clothes really fast. So I'll be doing a round in the gi, then I'll run to the corner, take off my pants and jacket, then train a no-gi round, then just keep flipping back and forth.
All right. Well, Mikey Musumeci, the 135-pound champion, we got to get him out there to defend that sometime soon. Mikey's going to be co-hosting this show sort of on the regular now, calling in like this. Next week, I believe we won't have one because next week we're going to Dallas. We're at the press conference. Who knows? Maybe we'll have one on Tuesday. We'll post about that. Corey, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
No.
Connor, how you doing back there?
We're doing great. Shout out YouTube chat. You kept me looking good with great questions.
All right. So Saturday, January 21st, we'll have Craig Jones trying to become the light heavyweight champion. He's calling the oil check finish. I'm calling the wrist lock from the cartwheel pass.
3 fingers.
Mikey, is that how many it takes to get the tap?
We'll find out.
Mikey,
I don't know what Pedro's capable of.
Mikey Musumeci calling in from the Frank Sinatra room out there in Las Vegas. Mikey, tell your parents I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
hey, everybody tune in next week. A lot of good matches. The press conference on Thursday, his seminar Thursday, events on Friday. God bless you.